At 3,000 meters below the Earth's surface, there is no sunlight, no sound, no sense of time. And if something goes wrong, help is not hours away. It's days away. These are not ghost stories. These are not exaggerations. These are real caving incidents that still terrify even the most experienced explorers. And once you hear what happened to the people inside these caves, you may never look at the ground beneath your feet the same way again. Before we go any further, if you enjoy real, chilling stories like this, make sure you hit like and subscribe to the channel right now. It really helps True Scare Tales reach more people who love this kind of content. And trust me, you don't want to miss the stories coming up later in this video. In November 2009, 26-year-old John Edward entered Nutty Putty Cave in Utah. John wasn't reckless. He was a medical student, a husband, a father. But Nutty Putty was not a normal cave. It was a maze of tight, twisting passages, many barely wider than a human body. At one point, John believed he had found a shortcut called the birth canal. He was wrong. Instead, he slid headfirst into an unmapped fissure only 25 centimeters wide. Gravity did the rest. John became wedged upside down, unable to move his arms, unable to breathe properly, and unable to turn around. Rescue teams worked for 27 hours straight. They drilled. They pulled. They used ropes and pulleys. At one moment, they almost had him out. Then, a critical anchor point failed. John slid even deeper into the rock. Doctors monitoring him realized something terrifying. Because he was upside down, blood was pooling in his head. His heart was slowly failing. At 11 p.m., John Edward died, still trapped inside the cave. Nutty Putty was sealed permanently. His body was never recovered. That cave is now his tomb. Caves don't kill quickly. They kill slowly. Hypothermia, exhaustion, panic. And panic underground is deadly. Which brings us to the next story. In June 2018, 12 boys and their soccer coach entered Tam Luang Cave in Thailand. They planned to explore for 1 hour. Then the rain started. Within minutes, tunnels flooded. Exits vanished. The group retreated deeper, straight into a chamber with no escape. For 9 days, the world believed they were dead. No light, no food, no idea if rescue would ever come. When divers finally reached them, they faced an impossible question. How do you get children, who can't swim, through kilometers of flooded cave? The answer was unthinkable. Each child was sedated, given a full-face mask, and dragged underwater through pitch-black tunnels. One wrong move meant death. Against all odds, every single child survived. But one rescuer did not. Thai Navy SEAL Saman Kunan died during the operation. The cave spared the boys, but it demanded a life in return. The deepest place humans have ever been is Variovkina Cave in Georgia. Its depth is 2,212 meters, deeper than any cave on Earth. In 2018, Russian caver Sergei Kozivnikov attempted a solo descent. Solo caving is already dangerous, but at this depth, it becomes suicidal. Sergei descended past multiple camps. Then, communication stopped. Days later, a rescue team followed his route. They found his body at 1,100 meters below the surface. Cause of death, hypothermia. At that depth, rescue took weeks. By the time they reached him, he had already become part of the cave. After stories like these, people ask one question. Why do cavers keep going back? The answer is simple. Caves show us places no human was meant to see. Perfect darkness, alien formations, silence so complete it becomes loud. For some people, that pull is stronger than fear. In 2016, a team entered Sistema Sac-Acton in Mexico, the longest underwater cave system on Earth. Mid-dive, without warning, sediment collapsed. Visibility dropped to 0. Divers lost the guideline, their only way out. One diver never found it again. His body was discovered months later, still holding on to empty air. Caves don't chase you. They don't roar. They don't attack. They wait. They wait for one bad decision, one moment of panic, one mistake. And once they take you, they rarely give you back. Every year, experienced cavers die underground, not because they were careless, but because nature doesn't forgive curiosity. So the next time you see a small hole in the ground, remember, some doors were never meant to be opened. If you want to hear more real survival stories from the darkest places on Earth, subscribe, because the scariest stories are always the true ones.